Boys and girls, chiquitos and chiquitas, babae and lalaki, I guess more appropriately, otokonoko to onanoko, Japanese for boys and girls. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce that right or didn't say it right. Sumimasen. Okay, so today we are going to be working on the Cosmo. We are gonna attempt to, well, we're gonna try to at least get the fronts done. We're gonna do the coilovers now that I have the interior removed. And if you guys wanna kind of get an understanding of how to do that, look at my previous post specifically for removing the interior in preparation for the coilover install. Also, yesterday I went ahead and sent out the seatbelt to get fixed because it does not retract. Hopefully I can get it back at least before the trip to the Dragon. And for those of you who haven't seen my previous post regarding that, I've taken the NSX and the STI that I built a few years back. Check those out. So I'm hoping those gets back in time, just so that I have I'm feeling comfortable going to the Dragon with a seatbelt. That's actually not a good thing if I don't have it available, simply because it's one of those areas where if you're going to drive somewhat a bit aggressively or spiritedly, I should say, it's 11 miles and 318 curves. You want to make sure that you're belted in just in case, because portions of the Dragon, the side of the road is essentially a cliff. So we'll get that done today, and we may end up having to stitch doing the rears tomorrow, because I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time to be able to do all four corners. So let's go ahead and at least get the fronts done and then see how she looks. As you guys can tell, there's at least a 4-finger gap on the front. So maybe I'll take a picture of before and after so that you guys can see the difference the coilover is going to make. Prior to putting on the rears, we are going to have to roll the fenders because I'm going to run the same width. Actually, the SSR is going to be a bit more aggressive than the road is. So it's a bit wider, so I'm definitely going to need at least run a bit of a camber, not aggressive camber, but just enough just so that I can clear, run 265s and roll the fenders, just so that I can lower it properly and get that nice stance. So okay, let's get this thing started. Open up the garage door. I may just I think I have enough room here to be able to do it. I don't have to necessarily get it out in the driveway. So let's get started. All right, let's loosen the wheel, get the car jacked up, secure it, and the first thing we're going to be doing is removing these nuts. We'll probably just remove 2 for now. Well, we'll remove all 3 to just get the strut bar out, but we'll leave one in, remove 2 out just in case we do need to drop the assembly that doesn't drop on us. So this is going to hold it in place, and once we're good to go and ready to move the entire thing, we could just loosen this nut and take it out the front corner. Oh, great. Okay, so now that we have it up and secured with an extra jack, I ran out of stands. It's on the FD. So the things that we need to contend to get this strut out is one bolt underneath right there. So I'm going to remove it on the opposite side. I'm going to remove the nut, which is a 21 millimeter, and the brackets that holds the line on the strut. I believe there are 12. So there's two of them. There's one there, and then one on this side. And then lower her down. Hopefully we have enough wiggle room to be able to get it out. And the nut on top of the strut is a 14. And I'm starting to see how I can understand why there really isn't any aftermarket support for the front sway bar on this car. It doesn't look like it's something that's easily manufactured. It's not one bar. It looks like it's several pieces to be able to get to. I'm assuming this is the sway bar. Pretty sure it is. So they're unpacked. Let's just make sure that it is appropriate to the JC, which it is. And kind of wondering why I chose to use this this brand with the Cosmo. There really isn't any much of a choice. So and I've had these guys before on the STI, and took it to Dragon, and it seemed okay as far as for street use. I'm not really looking to do any sort of competition with the Cosmo, just enough just so that I can get it lowered and have it for street use. I think this is gonna serve it well, and really that's all I need. So I must be blind because there's actually two on this side. There's one underneath here. This guy right here. Due to the lack of clearance, not sure if you guys can see the bottom of the strut assembly. There's really no room to bring it down further, even if I extend this hub down. It's not going to clear here either. So the best thing to do is to just loosen the upper control arm and try to wiggle it out that way. I did have some hesitation because that was really stubborn to take out. So that is the result of it. You have a rubber washer and that cover, and then the nut. That cover and that washer, I thought it was part of the bushing, and was actually starting to spin. So I was kind of worried that I was going to just destroy something, and I was concerned that since this is a long bolt, that this is going to be seized somewhere in there, and I'm going to have a problem trying to get this out. It looks like I may have to bend this just so that I can clear this long bolt so that it can come out and get the upper control arm to swing away, so that I'll have the room to take this thing out I'm assuming that that's what's gonna help me out here. We'll see how it goes, but don't fret. I thought it was gonna be C's, but look, it's well, I shouldn't say anything yet, because as in my previous video, I always say I don't want to jinx anything. But so I'll go ahead and proceed with that. Unfortunately, I don't have my my tripod with me. I believe I left it in my son's S2000, and he is away in college, so I'm just gonna have to put the camera down and just show you the end result of me getting this strut out. So essentially it's just me moving this control arm so that I can wiggle this thing out much easier. So that is a 21, by the way, and I believe this might be a 23. I tried to fit a 24 in there, but it wiggles. I don't have a 23 handy, so I'm just gonna guess that's at the 23. So I ended up using an adjustable wrench for here just to hold it, and use the 1/2-inch long extended wrench to get that nut out. I did not have enough room to get the electric impact here to be able to make it easier for me, so I had to do it manually. Okay, about an hour later, after getting the upper control arm removed from the chassis, so it took a bit of doing. The trick here, you could do it yourself. Let me remove this first. Just be careful you don't mess up the lines. Okay, so I got that out. So the trick here is that, see this this portion here, what you need to do, you need to maneuver it so that you can get it between this channel here. Once you get it square within this channel, you could swing it to the right, and then she'll free up. So it took a bit of doing to figure it out, but I thought I was pretty good at Tetris, so that helped out. Anyway, all right, so time to figure out which one is which, and install the new coilovers. So it should be just a reversal of what you've done. Sorry for being out of breath. It's just that some of it took a lot of strength to try and get the hub pushed down against a very tight end link for the sway bar and little control arm. I initially thought maybe a good idea was to remove the end link from the sway bar so that I can lower it further without having to exert any force. Maybe it might just drop down, but I was starting to strip it, so I just stopped that and decided to see if I can figure something else out, which I did. So got it out. So yeah, I'm gonna have to repeat that on the other side, but for now let's get the new suspension in, or the new coilover. So a quick comparison between the two. OEM on the left, of course, aftermarket on the right. You can tell the difference in size. This is, I would say, about 3 inches shorter, and the diameter on the overall assembly is skinnier. So what we'll do is, it's not going to be very scientific, of course, but I brought down the scale, and we'll see how much each of the assembly weighs and what the difference is. So it is 16 pounds for the stock one. And for the 12.8, so about, let's say 13. So a savings of 3 pounds. It's not bad. So I might as well add a coat of silver. That lip is going to be showing white up top, so don't want that kind of being in contrast with the car, so I'll just go ahead and paint it silver. So that's what she looks like installed. I feel a little better that I primered and painted the strut tower. Just a little bit of ease of mind. So all I need to do now is put the wheel back, lower it, and see what she looks like. And then, well, actually, no, I'm not going to be adjusting anything until I get all four corners installed. So I'm just going to lay it down to a point where it's not, of course, not on the fender. So, okay. On to the next corner. So, as cool as that looks, we don't want it this low. So, I'm gonna have to increase it at least a couple inches. So I went from a 4-finger gap to a -3 finger gap, because the tires are about to here. So yeah, it's really low, and it's kind of weird to see that my knees are above the top line of the Cosmo. So it's the following day. I decided not to record this corner of the car because it's pretty much the same thing on what I just showed you on the passenger side. Did pretty much exactly the same thing, and I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but on this side of the upper control arm, you're gonna have a grommet or a washer in addition to this piece in between. That's gonna fall out, and it's gonna be the same for this side. Not so much on that side because that looks like it's just a bushing. So that's gonna fall out, just to make sure that you understand the orientation. It's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case, it's the grommet or rubber washer, and then the cap. Same thing for the other side, but this time is the reverse, of course. And to be able to clear this long bolt for the control arm, you're just gonna have to just peel off of this, and I think I might have already mentioned that, so that way you have enough clearance to be able to go all the way back and clear the bolt so that you can move the upper control arm. And the way I did it, it was a lot of maneuvering. As soon as you clear the bottom and clear the lines underneath, just have to lower this as much as you can. I did it by myself, so if I can do it, you guys can do it. Lower this by putting some pressure on, move the upper control arm this way, so that way you can move the stock strut alongside it, and then pull it out this way, and just got to make sure I clear. I kind of scratched this a bit, but anyway, so suspension is going to go this way, and he's going to pull it out that way. So once I get the suspension done, it looks like I should be replacing the rotors and the calipers and pads. I think there is a replacement part for it that is along the same lines of a Mazda model. I'm not sure if it's the MPV or 929, I forget. I'm gonna create a separate post for it, detailing how I'm going to be replacing the rotor and the caliper and the pads. I'm gonna need to do that for this car because this looks really beat. So anyway, so that's for this corner. I'm just gonna put the wheels back, lower it, clean the wheels before I just got a head rush again. Before I put her back on, and then I doubt I'm going to be able to do the rears today. I got a bunch of things I need to get done as far as a home, so most likely it'll be next weekend. That leaves me with about 5 weeks left to get the car straightened out for the Dragon trip. But anyway, so I'm going to stitch that one up, and that one I'm going to detail one corner just so that you guys can see how it's done while working with the interior to get the struts out. And from the previous post, I don't know if you guys saw it, there's a cover on the strut, and if you have the shoulder lap seat belt, you're gonna have to remove the top cover and the seat belt assembly on top for you to be able to get to the top of the struts. And you guys can check out my interior removal post, and that should tell you how to do it. So anyway, stitch incoming for the rear coilovers. You know what, while I'm here, might as well primer this and throw matching silver paint, because I don't have the cap for this. Well, I do. I have my homemade do-it-yourself cap that I got from Home Depot, which actually worked pretty well. I don't know if you guys saw my post from I don't even know if I mentioned it, but essentially I took a plate cover for an electrical box, and was able to fit it actually fit just right. The only problem is this is flat, so it doesn't allow for any protrusion, so that's why I couldn't use it. So I don't know if you guys can see. Actually looks pretty good. So I mean, there's a slight difference in shape, but it's better than that. So I can't use this, so I'm going to just gonna throw some paint on here. That way it's not too obvious. It's not it doesn't have a center cap on it. I know it's a ghetto solution, but for now that'll do. Alright, so that's what she looks like after painted. I wouldn't say it looked too bad. Kind of looks like it has its own center cap, but much better than the way it was before. I think, let me just show you what it looks like. If you guys can't recall what it looked like before, that's what it looks like. But not too shabby, but it should hold me enough until I can find the center cap for it. But before I try to find it, I need to figure out where this wheel is gonna end up in, because she's gonna get the SSR. So the center cap I'm gonna be looking for is the SSR for this car. So the fronts are done. I got it to right about the height that I want it to be, but of course once I do the rear, it's gonna shift the front. So once I lower it, this may raise it a bit. The front, got everything all buttoned up. I may get this, there's some pitting, so I may get this thing powder coated black, just to kind of match the color scheme that I'm looking to do, which is silver and black. Although of course it kind of matches the coil plugs, coil wires, the plug wires. So I don't know, or I mean, I think these are fairly reasonably priced by I believe these are Autosports, and maybe I might just grab a new one instead. I think it's for the price of getting it powder coated versus buying new. I think it's one and the same, so it's just a matter of whether or not I want to keep the color. But anyway, I'm pretty surprised on how low she is, because before it really seemed like she was sitting like a 4x4 or like an SUV or a truck. But okay, so like I said before, I don't think I'm going to tackle the rears today. I need to do a little bit of research on the extra strut. I don't know if you want to call it a strut or I don't know if you guys can see it. It's this guy right here. I don't know, I think most have kept it. I'm gonna see what the the coilover company suggests, but yeah, I need to do a little bit of research to figure out whether I don't know what to do with it or what I decide to do with it.